And we're on. Hello, listeners. If you're tuning in, I'd like to welcome you to our podcast. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Troy.
I'm Mario.
And I'm Mark.
And this is I Don't Know That's Perfect. This is our podcast. And before we get into actually, this is episode 15. I'm glad that you stuck this long. Before we get into anything, I really want to go into the subject today that happened this morning. And it affects most of the hip-hop culture, most of, many music. If y'all want to, go in more into it, it's about Juice WRLD.
This morning we lost Juice WRLD to a...
He had seizures, and I'm assuming, as anybody could assume, as far as the way he lived, it could only be assumed that it was due to drugs and just...
I mean, we've honestly lost a lot of people,
yes.
Especially hip-hop artists. Actually, I can't even say hip-hop artists, just musicians to drugs, especially those, antidepressants. That depression's a thing, especially whenever we were talking about too. I don't know what Juice, his whole album is amazing, and most of it kind of going to
emotionally.
The emotions of what a person can go in depression and stuff.
Yeah,
but it doesn't mean that you have to overdo it too much to where it costs your own life. I mean, he was 21 years old, and we've lost a lot of people, and with the music industry, I don't think,
We joke around about being old and 26 and all that stuff, but you still have a full life, a whole long life.
Juice WRLD had his whole life ahead of him.
Very talented artist.
It's unfortunate and sad, but
R.I.P. too.
take care of yourself, guys. Talk to somebody. I keep saying this over and over. This depression season, but there's always somebody. Always somebody.
But going off of that, I'm glad that you're tuning in. We do have to put that out there. Mark?
I guess our next segment is the shout-out segment we do every week now. Yeah. Mario, anybody need a shout-out?
Yeah, everybody. A lot of people. Quick special shout-out to everybody that, unfortunately, I couldn't make it. We couldn't make it at the Stubbs show last night. Jake Lloyd, Drizzy, and everybody else that performed that night. I hear it was a great show, packed out in there, and it went well, as I can only assume. Shout out them.
Growth management through that, right?
Yeah, growth management, Confucius and Ray. Shout out Ray. He just graduated and doing big things. So shout out you, Ray. Yeah. One of our close friends.
Go Horns.
Yeah, hook 'em. Shit, I'm blanking out. I had a whole list in my head, and I'm like, shout out the Joe Budden podcast. It was a close race, but they beat us out for #1 stream podcast.
What?
Yeah, Joe Budden has the #1 podcast on Spotify.
That's inspiration, man. That's inspiration. I can only dream of being that big one day.
It doesn't take a scientist to know that they're our blueprint. We took their idea and we kind of made it to another different thing, but...
Yeah, if you're here listening, shout out you.
Yeah.
Don't you dare get in that fucking camera.
Doom.
Shout out Rory. Shout out Mal. Shout out Doom. Doom is here.
If I was to do a shout out, are y'all done?
I'm done.
Go ahead.
I want to shout out to December. This is honestly my favorite time of year. We got the Christmas lights. We're probably gonna have the.
They're all dead though. Look at them.
Yeah, those are dead. I don't know about these. These are new. These are.
If you were at the Christmas party last year, you know what we're talking about.
You know the fucking vibes, man. I fucking love Christmas. I love
Shout
December.
out Santa Claus.
We have the game in the background. We're probably gonna fucking talk about that if anything stupid happens. But yeah.
Shout out Doom.
Our
He's in the
guest.
camera now.
Oh yeah, and shout out Dwayne. Ashley couldn't be here, so Dwayne's in the back, doing the camera. Hopefully he doesn't fuck it up, and we can give you a whole fucking view of the scene.
Absolutely.
And also, again, we do have a guest. We're gonna go more into it. Mario.
Today we have another special guest who also happens to be a fan, somebody local who happens to do a little bit of everything. I assumed he was a big photographer, but it turns out he's not. He is a manager. He is a tour manager as well. Does graphic design. Does a little bit of everything.
The jack of all trades.
Master of none, right?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, you do everything, right? You got to get your foot in everything. But last but not least, we have Wayne, or Wayne does. Anything he wants, he does it.
You're now entering Wayne's world.
How's it going, brother?
It's good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being
Appreciate the love.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm one bourbon down.
Okay.
A couple more to go.
Yeah.
We're off to a good start.
So tell our viewers who you are. Give them a sense of
who you
what
are.
we do. Yeah, my name's Wayne. First and foremost, I am an artist manager on a company called the Hakone Agency with my partner Eric Radford. He'd be pissed if I didn't say his name. So shout out Eric.
Shout out him.
Yeah, we've been working in Austin. I've been lived in Austin for 5 years. Been in the music game since I've been here. Pretty much started throwing shows. DIY. We threw shows at basically like campus co-ops, warehouse parties. Came up in that scene. And sort of went from there. As I grew, people around me grew, artists grew. Met my boy Tita at a house party. He hit me up, wanted to work. We've been working for 3 years. We've added to the team. We currently manage Tita, DZ Brown, Harry Adoko, and Charles Moon. Some of the best artists in Austin, Texas. So we're blessed, man. Do some graphic design, throw shows. Take pictures with my iPhone 8 and recently just got off a tour with The Outfit out of Dallas, Texas. Shout out to those guys. Opened up for Yellow Wolf, who
Word.
it was interesting. First of all, shout out Yellow Wolf. It was his crowd is like Insane Clown Posse fans if they were like normal.
ICP.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully that sets the vibe.
Okay, you don't hear
makes sense.
You don't hear
I
of
can think
Yellow
about it.
Wolf like making a lot of noise, but so he's like they say.
Everybody knows what Yellow Wolf
Well, what's
is.
crazy
No, like
is
he
like
hasn't made a lot of stuff happen.
he just dropped an album, and actually LeBron was like putting it on his Instagram story,
Okay.
which is
Yeah.
interesting. He had a song called Opie Taylor. I think it went to the top of the Spotify hip hop charts, which is pretty crazy. So he's been
Yeah.
around for a long time. He's actually the
Yeah.
longest signed artist under Slim Shady.
Oh,
Wasn't
okay.
it, what was that fucking song where all the fast rappers?
Pop the Trunk.
No, it was with
Oh, One Train. No,
No, that was what that was like. I think that was. I know what you're talking about. It was like.
it was Yellow Wolf,
Eminem.
Busta Rhymes.
oh, MGK maybe.
Wasn't it
the
Welcome
one
to
that Devin
Detroit?
tried to rap that one night.
Yeah,
I don't know
that
the name of it. But it's
White
like,
people love fast rappers.
Yeah.
That's like a thing that white people love.
What does that comedian do? That Eminem mock like. How does it go? You know what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
the Logic song. You talking about
Oh.
Logic, Eminem?
Yeah,
Are you talking
Jordan
about
Lucas?
Casey Frey?
Chris Cornelia does the Eminem impersonation. And it's like
Yeah.
a typical basis
Damn.
for a white rapper.
I wish Eminem was like still cool. Once he started wearing those hats with like the really small brim, it got real weird.
Yeah,
It's like, are you a train conductor?
I miss-
Or like,
tighten up and shit.
why are you so mad, Eminem?
I miss Slim Shady.
I know.
He was the right kind of mad because he would just talk shit to everybody, but now he can't do that.
yeah,
Yeah, you can't do that in this time of age. Everyone's just gonna get fucking mad.
yeah, bro. You can't be that mad.
I was like, come on, grow the fuck up.
Well, I think that was the basis of it. Like he's mature now, he's old now, so he has to, I guess, take on a new persona. But
No, but going
rappers get old too, you know. I just saw a
Yeah.
picture of Lil Wayne. He was looking really old.
Oh,
yeah.
That hurts my soul.
Black don't crack.
Lil Wayne is my favorite rapper.
And he's only like
Of all
38.
time, yeah.
He's only like 38 too. That was young,
man.
bro. He's young. He's been in it since he was like 13.
Don't do drugs,
Obviously, yeah. Nah, take care of yourself.
or do the drugs, but not a lot of. Not a lot
do
of
the
them.
right ones,
don't,
okay?
don't do it too much.
That's it. Everything in moderation.
Yes.
He kind of reminds me of Tom Brady because I'm a Pats fan. I should have worn my Pats jersey, but
Brady's
they lost
old
last
as
week.
hell though. Then they lost today.
Yeah.
Wonder if Brady can get the feature on the next Lil Wayne album.
I don't know. they're both to go, but they're both getting old. I'm just
Truly.
like, man,
It's okay. That happens. You know.
shit sucks.
Lil Wayne's run though, it got cut short
Mm-hmm.
because Carter Five was not all that. It sounded
It
rough.
wasn't. I think the last good album he had was probably "I'm Not a Human Being" 2.
Oh.
Oh,
I
you're
don't-
being
yeah.
generous.
What? What songs are on
I
there?
would say Carter 3.
No Ceilings
There's-
was probably the last really good.
Well,
Eminem.
actually, that one was actually the both
Mixtape,
mixtapes, yeah.
yeah.
But no, the fucking first album. Whenever it's the piano.
That's the one with Bill Gates and gonorrhea and shit.
What?
I think that's the first. I think that's.
See, I stopped listening to him a long time ago. I never
Damn,
really fucked with
man.
Wayne.
Damn.
Can we play the? No, we're gonna get sued. We can't play songs anymore because apparently YouTube takes them down.
Yeah.
We're gonna get sued.
Copyright
We- yeah,
infringement.
Sorry.
You have
Sorry,
to ask
YouTube.
permission. You just Google it, YouTube it. I'm pretty sure you're using Spotify or Apple while you listen to this. So
I love when people put music in their like their Instagrams and then it's like I do not own this song. Like, yeah, bro, we
Oh,
know
yeah,
that.
we
We know you don't.
I think we
Kevin.
knew.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna put on YouTube. Like I own no right to this, but I feel like they wouldn't even fucking listen to it. Like,
Yeah, they don't
just,
care.
Yeah, they don't care.
Nah.
If I can say, we're gonna go into our first subject, which is always, what are we drinking?
Let's do it.
Wayne, we're gonna start with you.
Yeah, my favorite bourbon, Bullet Bourbon. Thanks for getting that.
This was honestly brought at the last fucking minute.
One of like 100%. You made the shot. You killed it. This is what I drink all the time. Shoot.
It's Return of the Mac. That's what I started off in the first season. Bullet bourbon. I love it, bro.
Yeah.
You can see my most drunk moments because of.
Yes, sir. Need that.
How did it taste? Describe it to me.
Amazing. It's just good whiskey.
Are you
bro.
drinking it too? What the fuck are we gonna take shots of?
Whiskey. I'm sick. If you guys can obviously hear it, I've had a cough that doesn't go away because it's cedar fever.
He just has a sexy voice on.
And so if you see me drinking whiskey and cough medication and cough drops,
I'm gonna put the fucking deep. I'm gonna put the low end.
Yeah. That'd be fire.
You know, just like
Like the Drugs Inc. Hidden from the camera voice.
right. This is my little problem solver.
Okay.
You ever see that meme?
Yeah, not
But it's usually a calculator.
Latch and hidden.
All right, Mark.
What are you guys drinking?
I'm
Whiskey.
drinking Michelob.
Mark, no gives a fuck. You're gonna drink the same fucking thing
yeah,
every
you're right.
podcast.
Hey, I'm proud of you though. You're very consistent.
Trying to get that sponsorship.
You're not drunk, but you're consistent.
Yeah.
Hydration.
I'm loyal.
All right, so last week I lost my card at Port Choices. I've been meaning to go back over. You know what? I think I think I'm gonna go back tonight.
This is a toxic place.
It's been like a week, Troy.
It's
I know. I was surprised.
shout out to Kylie. That's
You're
the
not,
reason why I
you're
go.
not getting
But,
the
I mean,
back.
But she
I mean-
doesn't even work nights anymore.
I know, but
Yeah.
I mean, I
You gotta go
I
early
still
He knows her
gotta-
schedule.
Well, she
That's a little weird.
she's on maternity leave right now.
No,
You know,
she's still
shout out
working.
to the baby.
Yeah. Shout out her baby daddy. Her
you know, you
husband.
gotta support your local businesses and all that. And I honestly have the Port Choices glasses. We always go there. And I guess I lost my card. I don't even know if it's there. I try to call them all the fucking time. Apparently, I gotta call them at 7 because
Port
that's when they
Choices
open.
needs to be the sponsor. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Right.
you guys are big fans.
That's one of our iconic merch from the beginning of the season. Troy had the Port Choices and everyone was like, "What the fuck? How did he get that?"
Very rare.
But
Just took it.
I can't buy any liquor because I don't have my fucking card. So I am drinking New Belgium Voodoo Ranger. This shit's gonna get me fucked up. I mean,
Damn.
this shit's 9% alcohol. A 6-pack of this shit is like 2 for locos. And if you haven't heard the second podcast I had, I drank 3 of them. And
That was second
I was a
podcast?
peeping Tom. So
Whoa.
No, that was the first podcast.
No,
Oh, the
Let's
get
first
that straight.
episode.
That
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
first one.
yeah.
well, the first
That was a very
okay.
funny one. I went back and I listened to it just to be like,
Do
okay,
not
let's see
try
how
to go
bad it
for the
was.
4 Loco challenge because I guarantee you that 4 Loco is gonna fuck you
Don't
up.
try to drink for a loco in general.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I had one of those.
Yeah.
I used to drink the.
Respect
I
yourself,
stopped
please.
drinking the gold because it was just so unhealthy for me. Just so
Yeah.
much sugar.
Yeah, dog.
I can drink 2 and be fine enough to drive to the little.
Okay.
To
Wait. We don't condone drunk driving. You don't do that.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to them. I mean, I'm
Don't lie
driving.
to the fans.
I'm driving down the street. It's not like I'm swerving. Honestly, don't do it if you can't do it. But if you're
Steer
hungry,
it straight. Steer it straight. And go the
Alright.
speed limit.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
Cruise control. Okay, we're not gonna help y'all do. We're not.
Enough
gonna,
of
we're
that.
not helping y'all.
Sorry.
Okay, stop
I'm sorry,
listening. We're not gonna help y'all do this.
Sorry, Mom.
So
Yeah,
I'm
my
drinking.
mom watches this. Okay.
I'm drinking that, and we have the bullet. Mario, I don't know how the fuck you got that shit. I mean, we were in the group message. We're like, hey, we need to buy this bourbon, and
Everybody was unavailable yesterday, and it always sucks because we always wait till Saturday, and then Saturday nobody's able to get in. And Texas doesn't let us buy liquor on Sundays if you're listening in France. Shout out y'all.
Shout out, friends.
Oh, we do have fans in France, apparently.
I didn't know.
Yeah, you
that.
guys are popping.
We did the Spotify wrap up for the podcast. I was very surprised. Shout out
Oui.
y'all. Shout
Oui,
out.
oui.
Big numbers.
But yeah, honestly, thank you for being
shout
here.
Out, shout out my boy Gene. He came through clutch. It's obviously a bar bottle, so
You did
yeah.
well.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, the whole ass TABC.
You don't like
sticker.
the rye, do you?
No, I
See,
know.
I don't know what it is. I cannot drink the rye.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Ugh.
When I
Is
went
that
to
the green one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that
I
one.
don't like the. It's weird. It's a weird taste to it. I don't know.
I was at a warehouse. This dude has a film studio on the east side, and they had a bullet tasting where they invited people to bring their own bourbons. And they gave money to the winners, and they had a bunch of bottles. So we were testing them, and they had like the barrel strength bourbon, barrel strength bullet bourbon.
Yeah.
Is like 128 proof.
Shit.
128.
Fucking
So what is
good.
that? Like 68% alcohol? No, like 60.
Yeah,
64%
I think it
alcohol?
equals drunk
Right? You're getting fucked up.
for sure. It was good though. Yeah, but
Yeah.
shout out Bullet.
Yeah, when I went to Portland, I guess the guy who designed this bottle, he's from there, so it's like
Oh, sick.
everywhere, bro. It was awesome. I love Bullet.
Yeah. Shout out.
Recommend it. I'm gonna send them an email and ask for
I'm
a
not much
sponsor.
of a bullet. I like it, but it's not.
It good.
Troy's
It's
Mr.
good.
Whiskey over here.
I mean, no. I like bourbon. I like any dark liquors. I would told myself I was gonna drink vodka this whole fucking thing, and
I'm disappointed.
I
Learn
drank,
from Mark.
I drink all the vodka that I had in this house yesterday because I work Saturday and I'm not supposed to work, but
Yeah, you know what? Shout out FedEx workers, UPS workers, UPS.
Anybody-
Dog.
anybody delivering, we honestly, because I work for FedEx Ground.
Yeah.
I mean, we are busting our ass this whole.
Oh man,
fucking-
this is go time for y'all.
the worst fucking time. And I love Christmas, but this is being a driver, a delivery driver, Amazon, UPS,
Can I-
USPS, any of the carriers, y'all, I hope y'all are having a good
Can I
fucking-
say something real quick?
Yeah.
Shout out to all the carriers, all the deliveries, like he just said, but also special shout out and condolences to the UPS driver that
Dog.
was killed by an
Yeah, for
officer
real.
because he was not obviously didn't train professionally on how to handle a situation that involved.
Are you talking about the one in
civilians.
Miami?
Yeah, can we
Yeah.
talk about that for a second?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was handled very like not appropriately at all. Like that was not a trained professional at all. Like how do you just open fire? They just had diamonds that were obviously more than likely insured. Like
Yeah.
you're opening fire in public and
Yeah,
they
it's a
had
huge
him
problem.
in hostage. Bro. Like,
Innocent people died in that, unfortunately. And
it was his first day.
So like whenever that happens, we go through training about like if stuff were getting stolen or someone's in your truck, the only thing you can do is literally back away and do not
don't engage.
yeah, but even
it's
then,
just
I
because
feel like
your life is more dependable. Like we have situations where like don't really, like if there's a flood,
not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Like if,
hell no.
and it was his first day, so I couldn't imagine that everything that they trained him on it just went out the window. Somebody has a
Yeah.
gun to you, like you're not thinking properly. You're
I
not-
would have
you
literally backed
You would
up and been
expect
like,
that a
look,
cop would think of you, but
Nah.
it was unfortunate. It's
Very,
sad.
and I feel like it's being covered up online. I feel like the only people online who are talking about it is Twitter. I went to CNN to just check like the coverage on it. It was buried like very low in the page, and like it's too bad because that's like the police really fucked up.
It's a serious.
And I wish more
concern.
people were talking about it.
I was looking at like where they're aiming. Like, dude, there's cars in the
Yeah,
back.
man.
They were
No, they were
literally-
using cars as
Yeah,
shields.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like,
That's wild.
Really fucked up, man.
I was like, dude, y'all need to fucking handle it. I mean, it sucks that it happened, and but they need to be more prepared about if it does happen. I mean, this is fucking stupid. Those fucking people, why would they steal a UPS truck out of every fucking
Yeah.
thing?
Fucking Florida, man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, fucking Florida.
Yeah. Besides what happened in Miami with that, Brother Nature got beat up in Miami.
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
So it sounded like he was talking shit.
Yeah.
He
told
budged the
y'all.
line. He's like, you know who the fuck I am?
Yeah.
He had a drunken ego
There's
trip.
footage that just came out. Like
You deserve to
an hour
get your
ago.
ass beat. No cap.
I'll give it time. People forget he's from Killeen, Texas. Like, what do you expect? They a little wild out there.
You gave a clean boy a little bit of an ego.
It was
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
weird whenever, because I mean, I know who he is, and I know what I mean, this fucking Canela, like.
I didn't
so,
care
yeah.
for it too much. I was like, I don't really care about their life, and like I don't follow people's lives.
I mean, he's
lives,
a
whatever
he's
you
a
wanna
really
call him.
like, I guess you know.
Bitches love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Getting so much sympathy pussy right now. At first I was like, good for him, but now it's like, all right, man. Now you
All right,
can't
dog.
just
Yeah.
can't flip the
It seems
situation.
like you were like the instigator here.
Yes, sir.
Like
Sometimes an ass whooping is deserved.
Facts.
So,
But yeah, I
it'll
felt
humble
like
you.
whenever I was watching the camera, like, dude, he wanted the smoke, you know,
He
like,
did want the smoke.
yeah, you know, like
he
he
got
wanted.
the smoke.
I was like, well, you
they
got
fucked him up-
jumped.
They fucked him up though. They fucked him
They
up.
fucked him out twice.
And they poured a drink on him too. It was like, damn. That
I think he
was-
hit him with the sriracha at the end of it too.
Oh,
It was real
God.
bad.
That would suck if it got in his eyes.
embarrassing,
That shit
bro.
must have
For
fucking
real.
burned.
For real.
We are entering our 20-minute mark, so I'm gonna pour these shots up.
Let's
Yeah,
get it.
yeah, it's been 20 fucking minutes.
Already.
Damn. What the fuck?
If we can go, we have been going through a lot of stuff. We're gonna start, knowing more about you.
Okay.
How did you get into music?
So I played music pretty much my whole life. My parents are musicians.
Oh, nice.
So music has been a big part of my life. I always wanted to be involved in music. I just didn't quite know how. I didn't love the stage. Like I didn't really want to be on stage.
Okay.
And so I moved to Austin for the reason of being around music. I dropped out of school to come here. I came to South by Southwest in like 2011. And I was just like, holy shit, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, South
It was
by will do
fucking
that to you.
paradise, man. And I was like big in like the blogs at that time.
Did you say it's fucking paradise? Holy
Well, no, to a kid from not here. You
wait,
know?
so
Wisconsin, right?
so where are you
Yeah,
from?
so I'm born in Chicago, raised in Madison, Wisconsin. Went to school in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Cold as fuck. This
Wait.
December it was like 72 degrees when I pulled up here.
Holy
That's why I moved to
shit.
Texas, baby.
Shout out global warming.
Yeah, for real. And so I just knew like everything was popping here as far as rap music. But it was funny. I'd never like as I was reading blogs, I was seeing all my favorite artists come here. Like ASAP was here, Kid Cudi was here. Like everyone was coming, but I never heard anything about anyone from Austin.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool. Though there's a giant university. It's a growing city. It's beautiful. I came down to check it out. Fell in love. Moved here a year later and just like knew I wanted to be around music, just didn't know quite how.
Yeah.
So I started throwing shows. That was the easiest way.
What more can you do?
Yeah, and then bands were like, "Oh, you're throwing shows, and you do you do flyers, you do graphics. Like, can you manage me?" And I was like, "I don't know what the fuck that means. What does that mean?" So we figured it out, and we just been running since then.
That's awesome, man. Badass.
Yeah. If you don't know something, just try it out.
Yeah.
Right. What's the
I'll
worst
take a
that-
shot
What's
for
the
that,
worst that can happen?
I would
Shout
take
out-
a shot.
Shouts to taking
Cheers to y'all.
opportunities,
Facts.
taking risks.
It's funny because we were just in Chicago and
Yeah.
Yeah, we were trying to link
yeah.
up, but it was just the timing wasn't
Timing.
right.
yeah, I was like anything up north is like super fucking cold.
Yeah,
Like-
y'all looked cold.
Yeah, we were like, what the
That
fuck
wind,
is
bro,
this?
that
shit?
wind.
It is the wind. Mhm.
I can see why it's called the Windy City,
Yes, sir.
and also you're from Wisconsin.
Facts. Also, PSA, fuck the Packers. I just want to throw that out there right now.
As a Cowboys fan, I concur.
I know. That's the one thing we can bond
So,
over.
what are you a fan of?
I'm a Bears fan.
the
How,
Man.
you know what? You said you were from Chicago, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. That's a hard life, let me tell you, being a Chicago sports fan. It's not all the glitz and glamour that Michael Jordan created for us. It's been pretty shitty since then. Shout out to the Cubs, though, World Series champions 2016.
We actually went to the stadium where the Michael Jordan. I guess.
Yeah,
it's-
United
I guess,
Statue?
I guess it was outside, and then they put it inside.
For real?
Yeah,
it's
it's
indoors
now
now.
inside there, and we try to go in, and they're like,
Damn.
"Yeah, you can't cross the line. Like, you could just take a picture whenever." I was like,
That's fucked
Well,
up.
"I'm here in Chicago.
Why not?
I'm going to go to the Chicago
Yeah.
Bulls Stadium because that's where Michael Jordan's fucking at."
Yeah.
and
Man.
yeah, it's a fucking lovely. I fucking love Chicago. It was.
It's a great city. Y'all went at probably the latest you can go without having a terrible time, because anything from now until about April, it's too cold to do anything. So.
Wait, April?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was
may-
fucking.
maybe May sometimes.
Ooh.
Yeah,
it was
bro, it's
fucking
terrible.
cold, and we actually stayed in Chinatown. And they're like, if you would have went any more south, then you probably would have got shot. And I was like, that's
Real
where.
shit. We were on tour there and we were staying in Airbnb in Humboldt Park, and like we were just chilling, smoking a blunt outside, and like just gunshots. And it was funny, like that didn't phase me as it should have.
Okay.
We went inside after that. Yeah.
I think we should take this to the
Yeah,
side.
we're being a little loud. Sorry, guys.
It's like, hey, the gunshots are happening right now. Man. It's that time to go.
It's time to go inside.
Hey, I should have went to O Block.
Oh, block.
Did anybody consider that? Nobody?
Why?
Why? On the south
You
side?
just pull up, be like, where y'all
And
at?
also the other thing, dude, the train
Who,
is
like,
so.
6'9"?
The train, the L, I guess, or whatever it's called, the
Yeah,
subway,
the
dude,
L,
it's
you
so
got it.
convenient. I was like, bro, you could go anywhere.
If Austin could learn one thing, it's how to
Wow,
like
bro, I
create public
realized that.
transit. It's trash.
When I compared it, I was like, wait, Austin just has a straight line.
Yeah, just a straight
That's
line.
all we have. Just a straight line.
I know.
Chicago has a whole fucking.
They figured it out. I feel like we could figure it out too, but who
We're
knows?
gonna have to end up
That shit
doing
was
money
so,
on the wrong things.
so
Yeah.
amazing. I was like, bro, if I want to go uptown, all I got to do is take the brown train,
Yep.
the brown line all the way the fuck up.
Yep.
And there you go. I'm there.
Yeah, easy.
I actually lost my card in fucking Chicago, and I was literally.
You lose things. This seems to be a trend.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, I lose a lot of things.
Is it the alcohol or is it?
I mean, whenever I wake up, I drink every day, so I
Yeah.
get really, really fucked up, and then I wake up, I'm just like,
What happened?
phone, wallet, keys. I don't know where they're at.
Oh,
Fuck,
God.
that's so scary.
What a
It's
life.
a checklist. Wait, which one do I have today?
I was like, I can't go to work without my car, so
How
hopefully
many,
my
how
car.
many
doesn't-
children do you have?
I have.
You lost them all.
I have one.
Okay.
That's Gumball, but I'm surprised he's not crying.
The cat. Oh, you.
It's
He was like, Dad.
He's
you look-
crying right
better
now.
than waking up with a random kid. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure you had some close calls.
We all have.
There's probably a Troy Jr. out there somewhere that we don't know about.
I'm not.
We're gonna talk about it,
skip
Chief.
this segment right now because
We ain't
we're
gonna
all
talk
gonna get
about
in trouble.
Damn, he is crying on there. I felt bad. He was gonna ruin the whole set. He fucking ruined my tree.
Damn.
I put up my tree and like the bottom of the fucking tree just fucking.
Yeah,
destroyed.
it
It looks
cat.
good, man. I mean, it looks good.
Crima.
Crim.
One thing I did want to go into is going like thinking of the whole situation going on with Juice WRLD.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've seen a few people mention and talk about it and already are quick to call. Like, I say this and speak of this with the utmost respect and no offense, but they've already called him a legend. That's been a topic of conversation for the past few weeks, past few months, I guess, or actually the year, if you will, including Nipsey with it. Like,
Right.
what would you consider to be a legend? And I think, now on my end, I think you have to learn how to differentiate who is a living legend at this point in their career
Are
and
you-
what they've done.
Are you saying that you don't think he's a legend?
No, of course not. Yeah, no. It's a lot for somebody.
Yeah, that's a bold claim.
Yeah, it's a reach.
I think a legend is someone who lives
He potentially could have at some point.
lives
maybe.
forever, right? I mean, a legend like is for any city you go to. If there's like
Household
a market,
name.
yeah, like they still make Bob Marley T-shirts. You know,
Yeah.
legendary.
Yeah.
So there's two people that I'm gonna bring up. Nipsey Hussle was the first one that whenever I was literally fucking taking a shit, I got that fucking message like a minute, like
Right.
he died, and I messaged him. I was like, bro, Nippy, like this is gonna be
Yeah.
big because he was big in California, but
Yeah.
he's not. I don't want to say he was a household. The only reason why I follow him is because Lil Wayne's Lord London, and I always follow Lil Wayne's,
Yeah.
you know, Baby Mamas, whatever.
For sure.
And I was like, dude, this is gonna be big. This like, I mean, he's done a lot. Nipsey Hussle's done a lot.
Yeah.
Then you have Mac Miller.
Right.
Is he a legend?
Yes.
You think Mac Miller's a legend?
I think legend, like people who, and this is different for everyone, right? Like either you care or you don't care, and that's just
Yeah.
how it is. But if you're well in tune enough to care, I think a legend is someone that you kind of remember where you're at when you hear the news.
Okay.
I remember where I was at when I heard Michael Jackson died. I remember where I was at when I heard Mac Miller died.
I remember I was out where Pimp C died, and
Yeah.
that's who I consider
Yeah.
a legend as far
Facts.
as like if you stack everybody up.
If you were to stack Pimp C, if I was to be as real, he is a Houston legend. I wouldn't say he is much of
A
a
national
Dude,
legend.
Yeah,
National
of course.
legend.
Yeah, he's a huge influence. Like up to this point, I mean, I was
Culture, influence
yeah,
culture.
Yeah, huge cultural influence in the like. And speaking on Mac Miller, I
Yeah.
was never the biggest Mac Miller
Yeah.
fan. I liked a lot of his
Can
songs, but
understand
like.
that.
Like the way that one of our roommates, Devin, he was a huge Mac Miller fan.
huge.
The way he
He
expressed
was white,
to me,
by the way, too.
Yeah.
the way that he expressed to me when he first found out, he said he actually felt like crying. Like he
No,
couldn't
he did
help
cry.
it.
I-
Yeah.
And that's
I'm
the-
not gonna
the-
lie, I did too. And
Exactly.
it's interesting because first of all, there's not a lot of white rappers who actually fucking matter in the history of music. And
He
he's
wasn't
one
a
of them.
typical white rapper like
Nah.
you said earlier. Like
Yeah, for a kid like that who, and I watched him from the beginning come out. He was like backpack rapper was a phrase for a while, and it was someone who, or like even frat rap was a phrase for a while, and he was someone who
Like
like
Asher
kind of
Roth and
bridged
stuff
that.
like that.
Yeah, and he kind of bridged that line where he was a kid who wore snapbacks, he wore Nikes.
but he was also part of that new generation.
Well, you
that
know,
came with-
I mean,
Yeah.
that was part of the, you know, the generation. I mean, I wear fucking snap. Like, as soon
Well,
as
not
snapback,
for real, yeah.
You know,
and,
like, you know.
and that was the thing where I like it influenced a new age of music fans, and I think for Mac to have the respect he did, not just from fans but from the actual artist community, almost every big poppin' artist in the industry fucked with Mac Miller because of how genuine of a person he was.
Yeah.
And that changed the game for rap, and I think people look at him as not a white rapper. That's what
Just a
that's
rapper.
exactly, and that changed everything.
I would like to say Mac Miller was also like a really fucking good musician. Whenever he's playing the piano,
Facts.
whenever he actually goes to record stores, I've seen all of his videos. Like he's really a producer. Like he started out as a producer.
Right.
There was a video with Wiz Khalifa. It was Chuck. Fuck, what's that
I feel
song?
like it's damn. It feels good to be.
Yeah,
Taylor.
damn, it feels good. And like he's in there, I was like, bro,
Yeah.
he's literally in the fucking studio producing.
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa shit. Like, bro, he was a musician of our time, and he wasn't just a rapper. He was
dope.
For sure. And I think for someone like that, especially when the internet came around, that was an artist that we got to watch from the beginning until the end. And I think everyone felt like they were a part of that journey, and that's what a great musician can do, is it can make other people feel included.
Like you were saying, he went from backpack rapper to a rapper who made good, great, Grammy worthy music.
He was about to be part of that wave of everybody who's hitting their 10-year mark. Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, he's part of that wave of new rappers that came in and became established and were notable. You know, cause like I said, I didn't fuck with Mac Miller that heavy, but I was in love with Divine Feminine, bro. It was a beautiful album. He
has the respect from everyone. You know?
All around, And so I guess going off, like, now that I'm thinking about it, considering both of our points, like the way we see him, I think considering somebody legend in general is a reach, because music is not made for everybody.
Correct.
It's gonna differ per person, and it's all
subjective.
Yes, it's all subjective.
100%.
So everybody's gonna see it different. So I feel like somebody could consider somebody a legend, and then the other person be like, nah.
Yeah.
That's like, I think it just depends per person.
Do you think we're too old to consider Juice WRLD a legend?
I would think we're old. I think it's just he was too early in the career.
Yeah, he was so young. Like, but I also think his fan base were, it was younger kids, man.
So like, the way I would consider Juice WRLD is the way people, I guess, considered him to be like Little Peep. Or what's his name? Little Peep.
Yeah.
Little Peep.
Well, like he didn't manage as much, because I'm not gonna lie. If I was to consider XXXTentacion, like whenever I listened to, I even showed him I showed Mario one of his songs, and I was like, bro, this shit is like, he's so talented. Like, this song can literally be on a fucking track, and it was Changes, and it was off of his Question album.
Yeah.
And that song, I remember listening to it, I was like, bro, this song is fucking legit as good. I don't condone him, beating up his fucking baby mama and shit. But he had so much talent. Yeah. Juice WRLD has so much talent, but I can't say that he would be a legend like Tupac.
Yeah, because Juice WRLD he didn't have the body of work.
Yeah.
That X had.
But then again, say Tupac. I don't know if it's Tupac or Biggie. They only had 2 albums that they dropped before they died.
Right. But impacted.
Yeah. It's just how impactful it was, considering the time that they were here. And so
I think the overarching issue is that young men in the music industry don't have outlets to be able to sort of safe places to go to and express their emotions. Yeah. I don't think there's enough services set up with labels. I think labels should provide therapists to artists who need it. And I think like drug use is something that's, especially being around it enough to see that artists use drugs as a way to cope with a lot of things. Some of that is even just being around people. It's hard to be famous.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think that's not talked about enough. And it's too bad that we lose too many people too young, because this life is, it's grinding, bro. These artists are on the road all the time. Draining. They don't have a time to actually be themselves, and it's drugs are used to cope with that shit, and it's too bad.
That's true. The thing about labels is that they only care about the artist's music. They don't care shit about artists, and I honestly want to change that, because every single album but basically the way the label works is like you get $1 after every CD you sell. So if a CD is going for $12, you get literally probably like $2, $1, 10% of it, because everything else goes for whatever the label is going for. The label does not give a shit about the artist. They have a contract, and they're like, hey, we're gonna promote this stuff. And my job or my goal, if I was to ever, like, the reason why I got into music is to start my own label.
Nice.
And I want them to get literally probably 90% of whatever they have. Yeah. And I want them to provide into, people who actually care, like a therapist. Like, if you're doing too much drugs, like, dude, you have so much talent. If you have to do therapists, we'll do it. But major label nowadays, fucking Sony, fucking IB, what's the
Atlantic, Universal.
I understand where they're coming from. They're just trying to make their fucking money and give the artists like shit. Yeah. And just make their money off of tours. I was like, bro, these are actual human beings. They want to make
Yeah.
money, and they want to live their lives. But if you're gonna fucking short them 10% of their fucking money, or like 90% of the fucking money, and of course they're gonna fucking do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, it's a tough situation.
I also think it's like, as far as the culture goes, it's such a cliche to be emotional and to be sad. If anybody does portray it, it's not taken as serious because of how often people portray it on Twitter or anything online. Like just how memeified it is, or just how often it is tweeted that somebody is like depressed or sad or whatever, and that to the point to where, like, how do we know when to take it serious? Like, we gotta learn the actual telltale signs.
True. I'm blessed to be able to work with some artists who are really just good, genuine people, man. Tita's one of the nicest people you can ever meet. Deezy's one of the nicest people. Harry's one of the nicest people. Like, I'm blessed to be able to surround by myself with really genuine creatives who, like, really care not only about themselves but about other people.
Considerate.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be able to do it without that. I don't think I could work with somebody who is not like that,
It becomes draining all around.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely blessed.
So
All right.
you guys out there, this is the 20-minute mark again?
It's gonna be the
God,
20 minutes.
Might as well pour it up right now.
Really, let's get it.
Pour it up.
Can I have a Michelob? I want to hydrate myself.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Try and call it water.
So in the background, he's seeing the Rams whipping.
Yeah,
the
what
fucking-
the hell? I got 3 points, bro.
That's Chicago.
No,
fan.
no, he don't. He's a Chicago.
Yeah,
but he
but
wants
we
the
need the
Seahawks to win.
Seahawks to win. It's okay. It's a long
Fucking
second half.
Seahawks. Fucking-
Russell Wilson is pretty good. We'll see what he can do in the second half.
Is he clutch in the second half? Let's see what Brady is. He Lamar Jackson though, bro.
Yeah, he's a
breaking
stud, man.
ankles left.
Yeah, can we
and
talk
right.
about the MVP real quick?
Left and right, bro. Just
Yeah.
breaking ankles.
Anybody else MVP worthy?
Nah.
No,
No.
I don't think so.
Nobody.
Underdog
Troy, you're not gonna
status.
try to give me a Tom Brady.
Dude, I already
Underdog
said.
status, bro.
I already said.
They said he wasn't gonna be this good. They already shut him out.
Truly.
Yeah, they said he was a running back.
Yeah, wide receiver.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like, they didn't want him to play
He had
quarterback.
he had a bad opening start, and then he
Yeah.
just came back and perfected himself. That's all there is to
He's
it.
a baller, bro. There's some just people who just ballers. He's
Yeah.
a baller. You know what I'm saying?
He's good, bro. He's
He's the closest thing to Mike Vick that we have.
Facts.
You know what?
decade.
That you actually, who was saying that? Fuck. Oh, it was Dose last.
Dose.
Wait, was it Dose?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
No,
Yeah,
they
man.
were saying like he's like Michael Vick, but he's not Michael Vick because Michael Vick is a little faster,
Oh, okay.
and Lamar Jackson is like almost there. And I'm just like, bro,
He's
this
just a
dude
good
is a
juker,
fucking
Yeah, it
bro.
don't even matter. They're just
Yeah,
fire.
he's just a good
The NFL has
juker.
changed a lot since Mike Vick days. I don't think the NFL was even like prepared to know what a Mike Vick was at the time.
I don't think
Yeah.
the
He was
dogs are
so
there.
dominant. So to see, I think even so, Lamar to be this dominant right now at this age in the NFL is just as impressive because the athletes are more athletic and
Yeah.
the game is faster
They're
and it's
faster.
more
You know,
spread
it's
out.
very hardly we get a sports fan
Shout out sports, shout out music. We can do both.
because you know
Yes.
this is a mainly
Wayne does.
it's like a mainly like
I like that.
music focus, but whenever we bring sports in it, people are just like, I
It's
don't
okay.
know.
We can do it all.
Yeah. We are a podcast about anything and everything.
Shout out, yeah,
Right?
I forgot
You
about
haven't
that.
said that in
yeah.
I don't know.
Forever.
That's perfect.
Shout out to us, podcast
The
about
most
everything
professional,
and anything.
unprofessional podcast in South Austin.
Ooh,
Love it.
I haven't said that in forever.
I know.
So you guys want to talk about some Austin music?
Talk to us. What do you think about the current state of the Austin
Yeah.
hip hop scene?
I think it's amazing. I think for a long time, Austin didn't know what it was.
Wait, how long
Um,
you been living in Austin?
5 years?
5 years?
Yeah.
Do you consider
Well
yourself an Austinite?
established.
Yeah. I consider myself, this is my home now.
Okay.
And
I
not
love
only
that.
not only just because it's been 5 years, I don't think that matters. It's because I've invested a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this place. and the
I
people
love that.
in it.
I love that. That's,
You know?
that's awesome. I love that.
And this
As
is the
long
thing.
as you're not from California.
Yeah, facts. This is the thing about Texas too. Y'all aren't just like giving out respect.
He said,
you have to
y'all.
earn it.
He said, y'all.
You
That's
know
how
what I'm
you
saying?
know
And I appreciate that shit. So it's not something I feel that I was I've worked hard enough and I've done everything the right way enough to gain the respect of people who are from here, and I think that's important. So I'm definitely like I'm honored to be included in the culture here.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I
You're
appreciate that.
definitely making an impact, brother.
You're an
Thank you,
Austinite
man.
now.
Yeah, dog, I appreciate that for real, because we're doing important things. I think this is a city that has overlooked rap music for a long time. It's overlooked any honestly, it's overlooked black culture for a long time, and so I think right now this is a melting pot of creatives, not only just from Texas but from the country. And for a long time, Austin didn't know what its sound was. Dallas has a sound. Houston has a sound. Everyone has looked down upon Austin because it doesn't know what it is. That's a gift. I don't think that's a negative. I think that's a positive. Yeah. And I think the more creative we are, the better. So I think what we have right now is amazing. I think it's going to get better. 2020 is going to be a great year.
Yes.
And I think the city is finally understanding what we have. It's not just South by. It's not just shows at Scratch House or ACL. Open mics. This is actual culture that's happening and kids who are doing it and participating. And not only that, because we started out throwing shows in warehouses because kids who were 17, 18, 19 couldn't go to bars or couldn't go to clubs or didn't have money to pay for tickets. Yeah. So you had to do it off the grid. But now kids are growing up. They got money now. They got bread in their pocket. They can go. They can support. They can show up to shows. They can buy merch. So what we have right now is really fucking cool, in my opinion.
It was an amazing year.
It's crazy because you know, like the way South by Southwest started, it was literally probably about. I remember going to my first fucking South by Southwest show, free, waited in line at fucking 1:00 in the morning, standing in line to fucking see this band called Chelsea Grin. This is hardcore fucking like shit. And
can't even make that sound.
Nobody knew who the fuck they were. And I remember just South by Southwest just being like, dude, if you want people to notice you, you come to South by Southwest. I don't care who you are. You come, free shows. You are mentioning yourself. And that's what I love about Austin's fucking music scene. I don't know why it blew up so much to where it's like, oh, yeah, you got to pay now. Like, no, the heart of Austin is literally the live city capital of the fucking world. Yeah. And I want people to come here, perform their shows. If you're from Chicago, if you're from fucking Wisconsin, if you're fucking New York, from Cali, come to Austin, put your fucking music on, put it for free. People are going to literally see what South by Southwest is. And that's what I feel like it's gone to shit now because now, like, South by Southwest is just not the same anymore. I want to go to a free show from somewhere I've never heard of, see artists, and you know, fall in love with the music that they have from their city, their culture, their thing. And that's what I feel like the heart of Austin is, the live city music capital of the world. And it just sucks that like that shit that doesn't happen anymore. We're just 1:00 in the fucking morning.
Going off of what Troy's saying, are you? I'm sure you're familiar, but you're a fan of Free Week?
I am.
I love Free Week. It's my favorite time of the year, bro.
And I think it's a time of the year for people who are from here. We do Austin does a lot to bring people in. We encourage people to come. Our economy is based off tourism, but Free Week is something for the people.
So for those of you who don't know what Free Week, it's one of my favorite holidays of the year for Austin. It's basically essentially it's a mini South by for just locals. Right. A whole week of free shows all over Red River District, all over every venue you could think of. Free shows. It's like you can walk to any venue, catch a free show. Doesn't matter. It usually is local acts and whatnot, but it tends to spread beyond around Texas and whatnot.
Have you ever been to Chirp Charlie's?
Yeah. Dude, you know what's funny about Chirp Charlie's? Dude, I did not know it was a gay bar for like weird, 3 years. I had no idea.
You had no idea.
I had fucking gay bar. No idea.
The restrooms throw me off.
I wouldn't think it was.
I didn't spend any time in there.
I didn't even know it was a gay bar. I just went there one time and I was like, bro, this shit's fucking hipster as shit. I'm not a hipster.
It is a hipster bar too. It is a hipster bar.
Ever been to
we
Club
went there
Rain?
for like 2 shows and I was like, bro, don't.
Did you say have you been to Rain?
Yeah.
I have been to Rain.
How'd you like it?
It was a wild night. It was turned the fuck up. It was turned the fuck up. People were fucked up off the drugs. They were fucked up off the drink. Like the bitches were bad.
Yeah,
I was in that
the
bitch.
bitches go over there to get away from straight men.
Facts. So I had that bitch lit.
Little did you know that I'm going over there too.
So look, I wouldn't mind a gay guy buying me all my drinks and being, being flattered and like, all right, well, I'm not gonna sleep with you, but thanks for the drinks.
Yeah, that's how a girl feels. You know.
You know, like I want to. I mean. It's nice enough for a guy to buy me like $60 worth of fucking alcohol and be like,
damn.
All right.
Sounds like that actually happened.
Yeah, a little
specific number.
Shit. It'd be like $60 worth of drinks. Well, I'm not gonna sit with you, but
run that.
I was like,
I'm a bad bitch too.
I'm a bad bitch.
Hot boy summer. We back on.
Hot boys
Out
winter. It's cold
They're
boy
like,
winter.
so
We're
if
not
I
gonna
go
sleep
to
with
your
you.
house, like, you ain't going anywhere, bro. You're gonna stay here and meet someone else. But
It's-
I'm flattered that you think I'm sexy.
I don't know how we went from free week to gay bar.
Yeah.
Cheer up, Charlie's. That's
yeah,
right.
so it's free week, yes. Free week is the whole first week of January. Kicks off the whole new year with free shows.
Yeah.
So even if you don't know, we'll post it. Everybody post it. It's usually a big ass poster with a bunch of names that everybody's gonna be performing. Literally the first week, any night,
Truly.
of the first week of January. Go to any venue downtown. You'll be at a free
I think
show.
this is important to be said. I think because we're so used to going out, like this is such a big culture here. It's so easy to go to Dirty or to the east side or the west side. There's something to be said about people feel like they don't know how to, if they don't know how to support local music, if they don't know how to support artists, literally just go out and go to a show.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be said about ticket sales. There's a lot to be said about bar sales. If we're going to convince this city that rap music is real or R&B music is real or soul, funk, whatever, show up, show out.
Yeah,
just be there. Show up.
A lot of times they do
we're trying
have
to convince
tip
the
jars,
culture
so-
we're here, man.
Yeah.
Because we're here.
Go out and show love. Like we try to post as much music and the people that we fuck with. So
Yeah.
if you do follow us on Twitter or Instagram mainly, like we try to post as much as we can there. So or even like on our music, on our intro, our outro, whatever you want us to. There's music. There's a bunch of beautiful music. That's what I'm trying to
And
tell
we do
people.
appreciate you liking and retweeting all that stuff.
If there's
Like,
somebody, if
comment,
there's somebody,
subscribe,
You need
baby.
to-
yeah.
But you need to physically be there.
If there's
Show
somebody,
up, man.
if
Yeah.
there's somebody that you fuck with that you
Bring
think
your
we don't
bitch.
listen to, yeah, bring anybody you want. If there's somebody that you fuck with that you don't think we listen to, send them our way. Show us the music, something, bro.
If
We'll
I can
listen.
say, Mario's probably the only person that literally just goes out.
No, my man's out here.
Yeah, he literally goes
respect
to
that.
any fucking venue and he drags me out and was like, all
Not
right.
supporting.
If
It's a little hard now, but I try. I try to be out there as much as I
My
can.
man's popular. He got the clout now.
Scratch House veteran.
Been there.
Yeah. I fuck
No,
with
shout out to that. Shout out to all the venues who are willing to book rap music, who are willing
Yes.
to book hip hop, who are willing to book black music, because in
Yes.
this city there's a lot of racism that is like swept under the rug. So shout out to all the venues who are willing to take a risk on something that isn't a risk at all. But to show that they support and put money in the pockets of
Yes,
musicians
sir.
is really fucking important, because this city makes millions of dollars off music, and the last people to get fucking paid is the artists, and that's a problem. So we're trying to change that.
Going off of that though, too, I will give a big shout out because one of my biggest goals too, aside from helping the hip hop community, is helping the Latino and Hispanic
Yo.
Mexican community. Cause
Shout out Malavita.
yeah, that's where I was going.
Facts.
Shout out my
Big
Vida. They're
facts.
doing anything they can for all
It's
the
really
Hispanics,
fucking
bro.
important.
Banda, bachata, reggaeton,
Yes,
rap, anything you can think of is Spanish, bro. Go to La Vida. I'm trying to work with them too.
I'm a big supporter, man.
Yeah, shout out everybody over there putting in work because they came. They're
Were
a
they
new
up?
bar this year. They're on 6th
Really,
Street. They're like the
really
first bar on
important.
6th Street. They came up, bro. They have like 3 venues inside that bar, bro.
I was talking to my dad on the phone, and he's like, "Man, why haven't y'all found like a Hispanic rapper?" And
I've
you
been
know what's
trying to do that,
yeah.
bro. I've been trying to do that, like.
But you know what it takes? It takes a safe place for culture to exist, because
That's
there's not a lot
Malavida.
of places in Austin for Hispanic culture.
Yeah, no.
And so Malavita can be a place where kids can feel comfortable to go and be themselves and create
It's
and
all
share
love.
their work.
It's all love.
And that will inspire people to make music and to people to grow, and like that's what this city needs.
We gotta show them that anybody of any color can do what you want to do
Facts.
in the culture,
And they
bro.
deserve to be on stage, and the crowd at the shows deserve to see people who look like them on
Yes.
stage.
Yes. Everybody's
Word,
gonna be having a
man.
good
My man
time.
is preaching right
No,
now.
for real, this is very important. For real.
I love it. I respect it. This guy is for the city. And,
Hey, out here.
5
Yeah.
years in Austin, dude. I respect that shit, bro.
and he came from Wisconsin. Of all
Yeah.
places.
Fancy.
And
The land of the
Chicago.
whites.
Chicago.
Illinois. Whatever.
Hey, shout out.
But yeah,
Austin,
who are
bro.
some of your favorite artists in the city?
Oh man,
Troy, you got favorite artists from the city?
It would probably be either Jake Lloyd, Shayla. I mean,
I love Sheila. Shout out Sheila.
Yeah, shout out
Yes.
Sheila.
I remember I
She
was
has a
like,
show at Scoot In on Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday coming up.
Oh,
yeah, come out.
we
come out.
actually interviewed. I was like, is
We'll
it
be there. You gonna be there?
I was like, is it
Nah, so-
Shayla or Sheila?
Sheila.
No, so my artist Harry Adoko has an album release party at Cloud Tree on Saturday, so I won't be there. But my best friend Victor Livingston is playing guitar for Sheila, so I know that. And Shanzian's performing.
Oh,
opening up.
Shanzian is dope.
So I know the city going up that night. That's for sure.
Back to back, weekend after weekend.
Yes,
Mark,
sir.
you have any favorite artists?
Man, I know Teddy the Legacy since high school. But he went by his government name, Dominique. You know,
Yeah, you throwing his legal out there.
Yeah, I threw legal out there.
That's
That's how long I've
dangerous.
known him.
That's oh, okay. That's
And I almost
respect.
forgot what his real name was. Like, wait, hold up. What's his name? Oh, shit, Dominique.
Teddy horny as fuck on Twitter.
I won't say that.
Teddy,
I
you need
won't
to
say it
chill out.
again.
Yeah, Teddy.
Yeah, chill
I
out, dog.
fuck with your energy though.
Mario, you got any favorite artists?
Obviously, everybody you guys have said, but somebody that I am a huge fan of too, just because of the art, is Dizzy Brown. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's it would be bad or offensive to say, but I feel like he's like Austin's Kanye West. Just
Dog.
the way
That
he
makes me
does his
so happy
music,
to
bro,
hear
like,
that, man.
His like if you I don't know if you ever listened to his album, but he has a badass album, bro. The last
Yeah.
one that he dropped,
Judith.
yeah, Judith. That
Go get
album
that.
is dope, bro. Like even the cover, bro. Everything about it, that whole album is just it's a beautiful
Yeah.
album, bro. Y'all should
DZ
check
has
it
a
out.
lot coming, man. I won't leak too much, but he's-
Rue actually put me on to.
oh, sick.
So I fuck with Rue. He's my
Sick.
barber, so
Okay,
He's
shout out
very-
the shout out all our barbers out here.
shout out.
Very important people.
Adam.
Shout out Rue.
Shout out Adam.
But
Shout
no,
out
yeah.
Anna.
Shout out, Dizzy Brown is definitely dope.
Dope.
I fuck with him heavy. So
Dope. I'm glad to hear that, man. That's cool. I have a lot of favorite artists.
I would say so.
Well, first of all, shout out Tita, best rapper in Austin,
If
Texas.
we can, we would love to have him on the show.
Yo, Tita, you want to come on the show?
You want to come on the show?
Bet.
Come on the show.
Yeah, Wayne's already here, my man.
I'm gonna text you tomorrow. So Tita Harry Adokwa, who's from Dallas but lived here, now lives in LA, making really cool music. His album drops on Wednesday. I don't know when this thing is coming out, but
Oh, so it's gonna be in L.A.
comes out. No, it's gonna be here.
Oh, okay. Damn.
We flew him back in, and he's gonna do his fucking thing. But yeah, I think people that I don't work with that I fucking love. Teddy, first of all, I love Teddy's music. I've always been a supporter of Teddy. Want to see that boy win. Man, everyone's talented. Melat, I love Melat.
Oh yeah, Milad's dope.
I'm in love with her for sure.
Mirasol.
Yeah,
She's
Mirasol, I
dope.
love her.
Oh, dude,
Man,
I'm gonna try to get her too.
there's so many talented people. Victor Livingston, one of my best friends. One of the actually first artists I managed. He dropped an album called Lonely Chugger. It's like country rock, bedroom country is what we call it.
Mike
Melano.
Oh, he just dropped the project.
yeah,
too.
that's-
Actually,
Mike Melano, my brother.
you know, if I could
Love
say,
him.
one of the first artists that one of my drivers put me on was his name was Kenny G, but now it's
Okay, who killed Kenny?
Yeah, and
Pay
he
the
moved
fee.
to-
Shout out, pay the fee.
If I had it on Snapchat, then I got off Snapchat because one of my guys was like, "Dude, just get on Instagram. Don't work."
Yeah.
So I don't
Kenny
have a
working.
Snapchat.
He was one of the first artists I booked for shows. That's a kid I've been able to watch grow up and like really, really do some cool shit. So shout out Kenny.
Yeah, I saw him at what's the fucking I got the Mobamba one.
I
got
Shaq West.
hoes.
Yeah, Shaq West. I saw him at a Shaq West concert, and I was like, "Hey, yo, like, what's up, Kenny G?" And he's like, "Huh?" He was like, "Oh, sorry, my bad. Who killed Kenny?" I was like, "Bro, I've seen all your shit. I love the one." It was like, "Ding."
He might get sued by Comedy Central, but yo, run it for as long as you can, my man, please.
Right that way.
Yeah, man. I remember seeing him. I saw him. I was there. I was like, "Bro, Kenny G. I mean, who killed Kenny?" I was like, "Sorry, I didn't mean to do it."
We're just gonna call him Kenny G. That's who we know him as.
Yeah,
It's fine.
that's exactly how I knew
We've
him.
been
Like,
following
Kenny
you
G.
for that long.
But with all of
For
this
real.
being said, though, it just all comes back to Austin has so much potential, but it does get overshadowed with Dallas and Houston. Obviously,
Yeah.
anytime that anybody thinks of Texas, they think of Houston.
But that should change it, man. I
Yeah.
really
We're
believe
coming
so.
up.
Look at us. We
Austin.
just talked for the last 10 minutes about artists that we like from Austin. We didn't name a name twice. You know, so like, there's so many people out here, and the best thing we can do is just support, show love, and they put money in their pockets because these people like need to live off their music. I'm consulting. Me and my partner Eric are consulting with the nonprofit in town, and we really want to do. If we're doing anything, we want to show.
Ham
city
usually
that-
only usually goes to the rock band, so we.
I
need
know,
to-
and you know what's funny is we did this survey and we asked, who we thought were the best 50 artists in town to tell us how much they make off music, how many jobs that they take to support their music, how much it costs them to play their music. And it's staggering, bro. It's shit that you wouldn't expect. And the funny thing is, a lot of them don't even know about Ham and shit like that.
crazy.
So we're really trying to change the
Ham is
game,
crucial.
man.
Shout out Ham, but they
It's
need to do a
important,
lot
but
more
it needs to evolve to a place where
we need to inform our
all
people a
artists
lot
can be
more.
covered and taken care of.
Because it's if you guys don't know, Ham is a Health Alliance of Austin musicians.
Hey,
It's
besides
insurance.
Austin music, we actually have to bring. I had to bring this up. What do you think the artist of the decade, album and artist of the decade is?
Like in all of music.
All the music of this decade.
Okay, Drake is the artist of the decade.
yes.
Yeah, I mean that's kind
Has
of
to be.
obvious. But
Has
the
to be.
album though.
Album of the decade. Damn.
It is a lot.
It could. I'll tell you what I think.
Your personal favorite?
Yeah, I think Channel Orange is an album of the decade. Frank
I agree.
Ocean. I don't know when Kanye. I think My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is the album of the
2010.
decade. So that's
right
just
there.
in there.
That's the one that they always put
The
up.
top contender.
I would say both of those two, and then I'd probably pick those.
Yeah. I feel that. I went with Take Care. My answer.
I
Take care for sure.
actually,
He
I actually
said-
went with Bruno Mars's 24K. Because,
Okay.
I mean, that shit fucking blew the fuck. I mean,
Yeah.
that was all over. I mean,
Shout out Bruno Mars. He loves cocaine.
Yeah. He's like the
and
good
Led
cokehead.
Zeppelin. And Led Zeppelin.
He's the good cokehead. Like he does just enough coke to be like. Man,
What
that
about
guy
the
be
week?
cool.
What about the
He's
Weeknd?
a cool guy.
Yeah.
The Weeknd isn't a good cokehead.
No, he's a great
I mean,
cokehead.
Yeah, I would love to do cocaine with the Weeknd.
Facts.
But
you're
he's
gonna
like,
be up
can't
all night.
take
You're gonna
XO.
do meth.
Yeah, we'd be up all night talking about our girlfriend.
And bad
Yeah.
bitches. Yeah.
Hey, so honestly, we are reaching the last minute of our mark. We're gonna do the positive segment.
Can we do one more shot?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that-
it.
yeah,
Okay.
Hey.
Wow, man, he
All
wants
right,
he
wait,
want to drink.
We're gonna start with you. I'm gonna pour up the shots.
Okay.
Anything positive that you have coming? Anything that's happened during the week? You can say right now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, things that are positive. Great fucking music being made in Austin, Texas. Coming out. Harry Adoko, Fire on the Mountain drops Wednesday. I don't know what day that is, but it's Wednesday. Go and get that. Tita has a song called FBI dropping on the 12th of December. Get that shit. DZ has an album dropping next year. Stay tuned. But
Ooh.
basically, and then my boy Victor Livingston dropped Lonely Chugger. Go stream that. It's one of my favorite albums of the year in Austin. Other than that, things that are positive. I think the culture's changing, and I think people are taking notice. So, shout out to Austin.
Hello, Instagram. This is gonna be on Instagram, by the way.
Shout out
Is it?
all my
Yes.
girlfriends on Instagram.
Yeah. All right, you heard him. You heard it from him.
Hey,
That's
I
it.
want to
Cut
call.
me off.
I want to call dibs on a special edition. But I know y'all do it anymore for Dizzy because
Yeah.
he has.
Oh,
some-
okay. Yeah. I'll see what I can do, man.
Yeah, I bet.
I'll see what I can do.
So I guess my positive note is
Y'all should have thought about this shit before
It's
we
hard.
fucking do
It's
shit.
hard.
It's a lot of negative shit out here.
Hey, man.
we
It's
are
negative out here, dog.
coming to the end of the year.
Be thankful. Be blessed.
Season 3 next year. 3 is my lucky number. It's gonna be a big year this year. 2019 was a big year for Austin. Anybody doing anything in Austin did big things, and I'm so grateful that
Yeah.
I can say that we actually did something, even if it was so minor. I feel like we played some sort of part. In
You really
so
did. Y'all really did. I'm a really big fan for that. I think
Thank
what you
you.
guys are doing is important. I think, and let me touch on this real quick. The dialogue of Austin, being able to share and tell people what's going on a national scale. This is something that is bigger than Austin, and it's important. And it's all about creating dialogue of success, and it's happening.
Season
man,
3, we're
thank
coming
you.
harder. I'm telling you, that's my lucky number. We're coming harder all next year. I don't think I'm playing, but
No cap.
no cap, no cap.
My man,
no
dead
cap.
ass.
Dead ass.
Turn the camera on, dead ass.
He's asleep. He's asleep.
Oh
Slow.
shit.
Or he's
Shout out
watching the
Dwayne.
game.
Yeah.
Shout out Dwayne. Shout out Dwayne.
My positive note is, man, I'm selfish. I have nothing to say about Austin right now.
No, where's the crab
selfish.
fries?
You got a
My
girlfriend?
Positive, no, I don't.
Okay. Shout out all the single ladies.
Yeah.
Wait,
Hey.
do you have a girlfriend?
No.
All right, shout out to you.
Facts.
Let
If you like what you see,
someone suck his dick.
Oh, I don't need
Some
help.
girls suck his dick.
No,
I don't need help,
you
bro.
being weird.
Yeah, he's a
You
handsome
being
man.
weird. No,
Yeah.
you're a little weird. My positive note is that money has been tight. Why? Because Christmas is around the corner. Right? You see the little holiday lights and shit. Obviously, we're getting there.
I did that shit. He didn't do it. I asked him to do it, but he
That's
didn't
true.
do it.
We are getting into Christmas, and I'm a little broke right now. So
It's all good. We're taking a
instead
break
of-
soon.
Instead of going out, I rediscovered my love for anime,
Oh, shit.
which is, I've been watching a lot of
Magna?
anime lately.
Girls love anime.
Yeah, I know. If you like anime and
Hit my boy
you
up.
single, hit me up.
I
Come on.
fucks with Amine. He makes some dope music.
Shit. You have favorite anime?
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z. That is an anime.
I like One Punch Man.
Barely. All right. I know you like One Punch Man, right?
Yeah, I watched it in dubbing it. I guess
What's
it
the
is-
porn one called?
What the
Porn?
fuck?
Hentai.
Hentai. Yeah, there you go.
Hentai.
You watch
I don't-
hentai?
I watched it this
I will
morning.
not see on camera that I watched it in time, but I can.
I'll
either
open the
confirm-
tab. I'll open the tab. Go back to the other tab.
I'll look at it real quick just because out of curiosity, but I'll come
Facts.
back because I'm not gonna finish.
I'm
that.
curious.
I opened the private browser and I'm like, all right.
Incognito.
Yeah, incognito. Shout out
Little guy with the
incognito.
I don't know why they put incognito, the guy with the glasses and the
Yes.
fucking hat. I was like,
'Cause
why?
it's
Because he
you,
creepy,
it's
bro.
you,
Because he
it's-
creepy.
Hey,
Peep
but-
and Troy. It's a Peep and Troy.
Real quick, my two favorite animes: My Hero Academia and My Darling in the Franxx. Shit,
Press it
badass.
one more time.
Troy.
All right,
It's up to you, man.
all right, so my positive Wayne, thank you for being
Thanks
a part of this
Yo,
show.
thanks for having me, man. For
Yeah,
real, for real.
man. It's awesome. We are entering our Christmas. I fucking love Christmas. I hate my job and Christmas. You know, hopefully we can. If you want to be back on the show, we can. We're honestly gonna go like a shit ton of fucking episodes next season. And you're at the end of the season, and I'm glad that you're here.
That means a lot.
Dude, we're gonna have more mics. Fuck that goddamn light. That light's been blinding the fuck out of me.
What like?
Those
That camera
fucking
light.
All of the
Because you're
lights.
staring. You're staring at them.
We're gonna have a new camera. We're gonna have new mics. We're gonna have new fucking.
Maybe I can come back. Y'all just bring me back whenever you're bored.
Yeah, next year
bet.
we'll have
Okay.
you back. We'll
Hey.
throw. I'm gonna try to throw an event with Wayne, so we'll
Let's
do
get it.
something next year.
Let's get
All
it.
right. Here, cheers to you, brother.
Cheers.
Cheers to y'all.
Cheers to Wayne.
Cheers to awesome.
Wayne does it. He did us. The podcast. I mean,
All right,
My
so
man.
Pause.
all right, so we're gonna head to end our podcast. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Troy,
I'm Mario from the South Side.
Mark.
Your Wayne does.
and
out.
we are out.
If you knew what I knew, you would get paid. Streets don't love nobody, so stay out the way. Racks in my safe, I can't be too safe. Couple $100K inside that suitcase. Bitch, the world is mine like I'm Scarface. And my wrist cold like parfait. Your girl staring at me, call that stargazing. And my kicks cost about a car payment. I can't trust nobody, bitch, I'm tricked out. Fuck with me right now, you gon' miss out. Summertime, I had to pull the whip out. White girl in this party, it feel like get out. Used to be a waitress, but she stripped now. She just like to chill out with her tits out.